Ooh, Netflix got white folks mad. Like for real mad. That Cleopatra preview that came out and got white folks upset. That boy Ben Shapiro was like, but that's like, you know, putting black people in like a Greek film. Dog. Okay. Hold up. Let's pause. What's up? Donnie Chocolate here, barbershop professor. All right, we're gonna talk about this whole Cleopatra thing, okay? So I'm gonna have to tell y'all the truth, the most accurate truth that I have researched and have knowledge of when it comes to Egypt. If you did not know, Egypt was black. Egypt is an African civil ancient Egypt or Kemet, right? Is an ancient African civilization. Okay? All right. So do your research, do your Googles. All right. Here's the thing about Cleopatra. And let's talk about Cleopatra specifically. I have to be honest. Cleopatra was probably of European descent of some sort. She probably was mixed. That's what most of the stuff says, right? So as far as the chick who's playing Cleopatra for the Netflix thing, I don't know. Maybe she's mixed. I've seen mixed girls as dark as her. Ooh, that's here nor there, right? The thing about Egypt is that it lasted for just centuries and centuries and centuries, okay? Now, the upsetting part about Egypt is that everybody wants to claim that Egypt was white. Egypt was white. They look at the people that are there now and they think that was and how it has always been Egypt. Like people don't move in regions. Like people don't move from place to place, right? So let me give you a couple of examples, right? There was some people from England looking for some new land. They came over here and stumbled upon it. And they said, we're going to name this Plymouth Rock. Let's put our flag down. And you have the town of Plymouth, right? You have Jonestown or Johnstown, whatever the fort was. Y'all know what I'm talking about with John Smith and all, his name wasn't even John Smith. Anyway, that's here nor there. That's people from another place, right, who weren't indigenous to the land or the area coming over and staking their claim, changing everything, right? Washington, D.C. wasn't called Washington, D.C. before Europeans came over here. The Carolinas were not called the Carolinas before the Europeans got here. Virginia, after the Queen, the Virgin Queen, right, was not what the indigenous people called that land, right? You look at the makeup of America now, right? Are we being honest if we say the population here in the United States was the same population that inhabited these lands, that cultivated maize, that were the mound builders, were the people who maintained these lands and made them so fertile and everything like that? Would we do that? Would we say, okay, we see a majority white population, got a whole bunch of other people, it's only right to think that those people were here? No, it don't work like that. In context of Egypt, they're the founding dynasties. The founding dynasties for, again, centuries, even millennia, were African, right? If you don't believe me, ask the Greeks. They'll tell you. They'll talk about the Ethiopians or the Ethiops, the burnt skins, right? They have depictions and all these different types of things, right? Those African people were the ones that they went there to study and gain their knowledge. Again, you don't have to believe me. Go ask the Greeks. Do your Googles. Do your research. Google, Bing, whatever, Yahoo, AOL search, whatever it is, do it. It's fact. Ask the Greeks, okay? Not only do we have to ask the Greeks, right? We can ask the ancient Egyptians, right? The founders, right? The depictions of King Tut, right? The depictions of not Cleopatra, but what about the actual depictions of Nefertiti, not the one that the Europeans crafted, and the main one that you think of right now because that's the one that's been proliferated, or Queen Hatshepsut, right? Like, these are people, like, you look at these depictions and it's just obvious. The mummies, right, are melanated. There's research on this. These were black people. Back to the changes. Egypt had a period where Greek European people came in and they took over. All right. Hence, the city of Alexandria today was not originally named Alexandria. That was a city that was conquered by Alexander. I call him Alexander the Greek because he wasn't that great. He just pillaged and killed a whole bunch of people and everything like that. So Alexander the Greek conquered that place and it was called Alexandria, right? Same thing with like the city of Memphis. That was Menefer, right? Memphis is a Greek name for it, right? The city of Thebes, right? Thebes is a Greek name, but that was actually Waset, right? Now tell me, if your people created a civilization, how quick are you to rename all of the cities? How quick are you to change, right? Okay, so just do your Googles again. So there was a Ptolemaic period where Greek was the main rule, right? Now the everyday people look just like me, right? People who live there and everything like that look just like me, but the people who might have been in power might have looked like a lighter skinned Cleopatra or a um, um, Alexander the Great, right? They would look of Greek descendants, right? So then you begin having a mixture of the population, right? Fast forward, we got to get rid of these Greeks. Well, how can we get rid of these Greeks? They're in control. Well, let's ask the Arab homies over there. They not too far away. Hey, we'll convert to Islam. That's cool. Can y'all come here? Come help us kick these Greeks out. Well, Arabs come over, and guess what? They stay, and a lot of them have the blood and are descendants, right? I don't know if it's half or quarter, whatever it is. They have the blood of those same Africans because of the mixing of the populations. Okay, so what you see right now, right, is not the foundational Egypt that was before. This ain't to disrespect nobody. This ain't to say that some people need to leave, blah, blah, blah. No, but this is to give credit when credit is due because the math, right? Again, ancient Egypt was, they called it Kemet, right? It's where we get the word chemistry, right? Alchemy, right? These are the sciences and the math and all the education began there. This is where the Greeks came from, right? This is where the Greeks got their knowledge. This is where, you know, Hippocrates. We say the medical people say the Hippocratic Oath, right? You know, Hippocrates gave all the credit to Imhotep. No, not the one from the mummy who was supposed to be looking for the Book of Dead and trying to kill people and blah blah blah. No, Imhotep, the first multi-faceted genius in documented history. Look him up. Look up the real one, right? So yeah, y'all could be mad, deal with it. I don't got nothing else to say about that. again, actually, instead of just getting mad, research something. And then also, a lot of you need to grapple with the fact that you can't even imagine, right? You can't even imagine an African civilization being African. That wasn't done on accident. That has been ingrained and conditioned into you, and you're going to have to do your work to get that out of you. You know, we all know everybody, all human beings come from Africa, right? How far-fetched would it be that African civilizations could be the cradle of knowledge as well? That being said, out in class, this is Donnie Chocolate, the barbershop professor, coming at you with another lesson. Peace.